Hello and welcome to my Floowander lockdown deck, aka Gay Mystic Mine. First I'm going to show you what this deck tries to end on, then I'm going to go over the cards, and at the end of the video you will find a replay of this deck in action. This deck tries to end on Dark Simorgh, which locks your opponent out of setting cards, Anti-Spell Fragrance, which says that both players have to set spells before using them, as well as Performapal-5 Rainbow Magician. This has the very funny effect that if a player doesn't control any set spells or traps, all the monsters that they control cannot attack or activate their effects. So this is a Mystic Mine. And it's really funny because they can't out this with a spell because they have to set spells before using them, but they cannot set spells. They cannot out this with a trap because they can't set traps, and they cannot out it with a monster as well. I'm gonna go over the cards. If you have any questions, just post them in the comments. I'm trying to answer every comment. I'm playing 3 Robina because this is a 1-card Dark Simorgh. We can normal summon Robina, add Eaglin. Eaglin gets us Dark Simorgh, and then we can tribute summon Dark Simorgh. Then 3 Eaglin because this gets us Dark Simorgh. Then 2 Stree because we can always normal summon this because we can easily get a card in the graveyard, and then this gives us an additional normal summon. Toucan we are only playing as a one-off because Toucan has to add a banished Flanderies card for you to get an additional normal summon, so sometimes Toucan isn't even alive, but just Robina and Eaglin is enough most of the time. Then we are playing 1 Crow because we can search this, for example with Robina, or we can search this with like our level 1 searchers, Jack in the Hand and Where Are Thou. Then Performapal-5 Rainbow Magician. We are playing this as a 3-off, and we can search it with Where Are Thou, and we can search it with Jack in the Hand. And we are playing some cards that can dig deeper into the deck, so it's really accessible. Like, we see this many times. You see this probably more often than you see Mystic Mine in a Mystic Mine deck. Then we are playing 1 Riser, the Mega Monarch, just as a going second option, and Eaglin doesn't give you an additional normal summon if you can't add anything of its effect. So if you have the Dark Simorgh already in your hand and you don't play any other level 7 Winged Beast monsters, you can't use the Eaglin effect to add something and then get a normal summon. So you have to kind of play 2 names. It's really unlikely that you open both, but if you would open both, then you couldn't use Eaglin. Then we are playing 2 Map. I didn't want to max out on the maps because we are playing a Terraforming and 2 Advent of Adventure as well, which could search us the map. Opening multiple maps really doesn't do much, and yeah, the rest of the deck is just more searchers, so it's fine if you play 2 maps. As I said, 1 Terraforming and 2 Advent of Adventure. I'm only playing 2 Advent of Adventure as well because hard once per turn effect, and this deck really tries to turbo out the 5 Rainbow Magician, so only playing this at 2. And for kind of the same reason, we are only playing 2 Jack in the Hand as well. This is a hard once per turn. The really good thing about this is it takes 3 cards from our deck, or rather takes 2 cards from our deck and adds 1 of them to our opponent's hand and 1 of them to our hand. We can just show them a DD Crow, a Robina, and a 5 Rainbow Magician. So either they take a hand trap for themselves, like they want to get the DD Crow, or they want to get the best Flanderies monster, and then we can get the Rainbow Magician, or they are like, yeah, I'm gonna grab the Rainbow Magician, then we can get our starter or DD Crow, or if they grab the DD Crow, we can get Robina or Performapal-5 Rainbow Magician. There's no good choice for them if we use Jack in the Hand. Then Where Are Thou? This isn't even a once per turn, so we can play this at 3, and it's a really cool searcher that just straight up gets us any level 1 monster we need. We have to control a level 1 monster for this though, and all the Flanderies effects immediately happen after you normal summon them. So you kind of have to end on Dark Simorgh plus a level 1 monster, which is very possible though. Like, Where Are Thou is alive most of the time. If you want though, you can cut this to 2 and maybe play 1 more Jack in the Hand. Then we are playing 2 Book of Moon, just to play around Imperm, to play around Veiler, and to have a going second option kind of as well, because we can flip problematic cards down with this as well. Then 1 Caught by the Grave, because we don't want to get rolled, we don't want to get ashed, yeah, and this prevents that. Then 2 Twin Twisters, because if we can't get our Anti-Spell Fragrance and they try to set something, we can just destroy it with Twin Twisters, and then they kind of have to set good cards probably, like especially if we play against meta. The spells that they are playing are mostly just going to be, I don't know, Change of Hearts, like just good cards. Like they are not going to play bad spells. like extravagances, desires, or something like that. Like if we could force them to set an extravagance instead of using it, it would just be so bonkers. Like they don't get the +1 and they have to set their good cards and not use them to play around the 5 Rainbow Magician. It's just there to basically be another copy of Anti-Spell Fragrance. Then we are playing some cards to really dig deep into the deck. We only really need a 2-card combo plus the default Flanderies play, so you don't need to play Extravagance in this. You want to play Prosperity to just dig deeper into the deck to more likely find the cards you want to see. So 3 Prosperity and 3 Duality, because using Prosperity first and then doing a Duality is just so great. Then 1 Duster, in case of if our opponent already has set spells or traps, we can destroy them with this as well. And Duster is just a great card against back row decks. And finally, we are playing 3 Anti-Spell Fragrance. Anti-Spell Fragrance plus Dark Simorgh was always great, but this deck takes it to the next level. The extra deck is, you can pretty much play anything in the extra deck because Flanderies doesn't really need DED. But yeah, I'm playing a Zeus, a rank 7 because for some reason, oh yeah, I was playing 2 Dark Simorghs at some point. Yeah, the ED really doesn't matter, so you can pretty much play anything in here. And then the side deck, 3 Shifter, as I said, you can play this in main deck as well, just because it's an insane hand shop, especially this format. 3 Nibiru, just because it's this format. 2 more Crows if you play against Telemans, 1 Change of Heart if you are forced to go second, 3 Cosmic Cyclone. Those can pretty much act like a Twin Twister or an Anti-Spell Fragrance as well, but they are a bit better than, I don't know, other kinds of removal, just because they could like banish the Drytron ritual spell is the example I'm always using. So you can get really good cards, or AI land you can get out of rotation with this. And finally, we are playing 3 Evenly Matched if we go second. Yeah, I'm now gonna show you this deck in action and have fun. As I said, if you have any questions, just post them in the comments down below. I'm trying to answer every comment, and I'm gonna do a jank series on janky decks like this and probably publish one every single month. I hope you enjoyed this deck in action.